Shut that door. Woo! Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's Friday. It's Use of a Problem. And I'm wearing the shirt that Avocado sent me to wear on Wednesday that I forgot to wear. I'm sorry. Let's celebrate like it's Day of the Dead today. Da, 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 da. Okay, so I've been sending out lots of blue sky codes. I was also received a whole bunch more, so we could do some more drawings. Quite a few more, actually. I think. Let's see, how many more drawings can I do? I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Holy shit, 24. I can do 24 more drawings. That's how many more codes you folks send me. So, any more codes that get sent to me after this, I'm going to put towards the November charity Tuesday. We'll be hopefully raising like $6 million for Toys for Tots. So keep that in mind. Also, cat. Come here, dummy. Come on. Come on. Monkey Butt is very upset with the cat right now because last night the cat, for no reason, while Monkey was sleeping, just swat her in the head, and Monkey freaked out. And then after Monkey freaked out, I calmed her down. The cat swatted her in the head again. So there's been some pent-up aggression, huh? Yeah? Is that your buddy, or do you want to murder him right now? Who knows? Anyway, welcome aboard as I get ADD distracted over everything. So we'll do some more drawings in a little bit. I've got 24 more that I can do, I guess. I might take care of everybody who donated. I don't know. And we will deal with that. But anyway, folks have been going through all the latest dockets in the bankruptcy case for Bed Bath & Beyond, or Butterfly, whatever you want to call it now. They include lots and lots and lots of hours for merger acquisition. Like hundreds upon hundreds, thousands upon thousands. Hours for, protecting the NOLs, guaranteeing the NOLs, Rule 352 compliance, guaranteeing that shareholders maintain equity, lots of stuff for NDAs and protection orders. Basically, anyone who was a bondholder, a significant bondholder, was put under a confidentiality agreement since like May. So they haven't been able to talk about anything that has to do with anything whatsoever with the bankruptcy case. They've just lip sealed. What it looks like, in Region Formal posted a thing today to the PP subreddit talking about how the layer of who gets paid out first is the administrative folks, right? If you guys are doing administrative work, meaning lawyers, stuff like that, you're going to get paid first. Then it's like dip and FILO facility, secured credit, unsecured credit, so on. And then once all those are taken care of, then shareholders may get a piece. It looks like the 10 billion plus that was supplied by one Brandon Adam Meadows is being used as it's administrative, so he'll be paid out first. But there's a clause in the plan that allows administrative people to accept equity or less payment for whatever they put in. So it looks like Mr. Meadows put this money in there to pay off all the respective bondholders and administrative costs that are along the way. And then it's going to have, 10 billion left over. That's weird. Like, why would you put $10 billion in there? The company's obviously not worth $10 billion. It's 63 employees and they don't have any stores or sell any products or whatever. Although there appears to be like 30 stores that are still open. Someone from Orlando just sent me a picture of the Bed Bath & Beyond is open at where they are. So why would you put $10 billion in there? Here's why you put $10 billion in there, and we've discussed this before. You put $10 billion in there specifically because you want to do a payout to every single solitary shareholder. Not to buy their shares, but just as a thanks for being a shareholder. This puts a really large floor price on just that share of stock. And then in other documents we saw come out last week, lawyers were working on securities for seven different publicly traded companies that would possibly spin out of this thing. So you create a huge floor price on it to begin with by sending anywhere from $10 to $85 to each and every single solitary shareholder. That obliterates the margin of anyone who shorted this stock. Absolutely just explodes it. It's done. Gone. And then you announce, hey, we're going to be doing this company and this company and this company. Why? Because it's way cheaper to do a reverse merger / SPAC for a company to go to IPO than it is to do a traditional IPO. You don't have to worry about like greasing the palms of all these underwriters and stuff. You just do it. You just buy a company and do it, or get bought by a company and do it, or merge into them and do it. This would allow, a company like, I'm not saying Lego's part of this, but maybe Lego is part of this. Maybe SpaceX is part of this. Maybe Taylor Swift is part of this, right? Taylor Swift, her dad works in finance. She hates Apollo with every fiber of her being and wants revenge. She's been rumored to be an ape, right? She may be starting her own record label to combat all the other record labels who've been screwing over artists for years. So why wouldn't she want a SPAC or a reverse merger or whatever to IPO that label? So we could be seeing multiple companies. I mean, we know Teddy, GME, Baby, maybe IEP. So that's 4. What are the other 3? What can you think of possibly? Who is an evil, fiend who would jump on board this thing at some point? We are in speculation station. Speculate away, folks. Tell me your favorites for the 7 that could possibly be involved with this bad boy. I mean, Overstock might be doing some sort of reverse merger thing. Maybe they'll take what physical locations of Bed Bath stores exist, because there's like 32 of them that still exist. That's why we have all these subsidiaries all over the place. Yeah, I mean, think about it. Think about it.
Houston, we have a problem.
Woo! Off. Oh, After Dark 3 was still on. Off. Okay, so off. All the intros are off. Double check again just to make sure. OCD. Yes, they're all off. All right, so now that we're in speculation station, what else can we talk about? Banks are absolutely screwed right now. Transactions between large institutions and a lot of large banks are not doing well. Someone just posted the rumor they heard is that there's malware that's eating up the entire system. So I don't know if Swift is in trouble or if it's other protocols they use to transact with each other. But it looks like Bank of America is part of this. Wells Fargo's been spared. And there's a whole bunch of other regional banks, smaller banks, payroll companies, a lot of folks that all of a sudden can't. And it's on a Friday. Like, this is when a lot of people get paid. It's the first Friday of the month. There should be tons of payroll going out, and people are not getting paid right now due to this system crashing. We've had quite a few bugaboos with these computer systems recently. It started with the social hacking of the casinos in Vegas. And people took control of the entire system and took down a whole bunch of casinos in Vegas and are holding them ransom, or held them ransom. I'm not sure if they pay them off. What's been going on with that? I haven't checked in. And then we had computer bugaboos happening in Japan, right? Their markets were completely like, oh, we can't do anything. And then computer bugaboos happened with the London exchange. All of a sudden, they couldn't trade anything that wasn't a large cap stock. And now we've got all sorts of issues happening here with banks. This is like too many weeks in a row. This has to be some sort of like coordinated attack or the same malware that's like getting into these systems, causing all sorts of issues. Yeah. I just see the corner of my eye. I respect a man that can own a mustache like that and look like a detective. You work for the CIA. Hey, 2 weeks, baby. That's all it took to grow this. That's 2 weeks of work right there. Now the rest of the beard will grow out over the month as it's No Shave November. So we're gonna make the goofiest mustache you've ever seen for December 1st. December 1st is show day. December 1st is a Friday. Ooh, I get to premiere my mustache on the show. This is nothing. Just wait for whatever weird geometric shapes or Star Wars related accoutrement I'll put on my face for that. Okay. Anything else to add? Oh, the regulators approved the rules to make non-banks to be considered too big to fail, which the reasoning I read in the article kind of makes sense. It gives them some power via Dodd-Frank to sort of like slap around some bad actors in the group. But my fear is that the Federal Reserve and Treasury will use as an excuse to bail out hedge funds, which they should most certainly never do. Let them accept that risk and get obliterated and then be writing people's names wrong at Starbucks. That should be the entire goal of regulators. Like, you fuck up so bad that you can never participate in this again, because you'll never be able to get the trust back from any investors. Plus, those investors will hunt you down and kill you because half of them are warlords anyway. So interesting timing on that. We had a weird rally today. Like, the excuse I read, I think it was a Bloomberg article, was like, the rally happened today because of the bad job numbers. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense. Like, what? No, the rally happened today because they're trying to offload their bags onto a bunch of retail investors because they know this entire thing's going to tank and tank hard. Everyone's preparing for it right now. Yeah, we had weak job numbers. That's not what you want going into the Christmas season. You want to see retail getting a whole bunch of seasonal workers in there. You want to see job numbers increasing. You don't say, oh, the job numbers are a fraction of what they were the previous month. That's not good news. Construction's slowing down. Banks are running out of liquidity like crazy, and banks can't do transactions with each other because apparently they poisoned their entire computer network. I hope somebody's doing like a Superman 4 / God damn it, what's the Office Space thing where they're just shaving hundredths of a cent off of things and putting it into an account somewhere. At least be cool about it. Don't just be like, oh, I'm going to muck up your system and then not steal billions. I mean, come on, man. You have an opportunity here. You got your malware into the system. Like, make it a heist film at least. Okay, so let's jump into the chat. Let's see what you guys got going on here. Philip Clayton was first. Congratulations. Copy and paste too big to fail has passed. Yes, William, has passed, and I hope they use it for the reasons they stated, which was to slap around those bad actors. But I know they're going to use it as an excuse to print a bunch of money and give it to these billionaires, when they should print a bunch of money and give it to us. Phil Clayton, watched your charity show last night when my partner walked in. What the fudge is that? Is he meant to be a butterfly, she said. I paused the show and said, he's more of a slutterfly. Again, we raised $4,709. We've done 30 Charity Tuesdays. We met the goal on every single solitary Charity Tuesday. And the only one we didn't break $1,000 on was the first one. My goal was $500 on the first one, and we raised $857 on that one. So we've done $1,000 or more for 29 straight Charity Tuesdays. We've raised, in my head I was doing the math, I counted it up, we've raised $48,714 in those 30 Charity Tuesdays. What? Yeah. So we're almost 50 grand on that. You guys are awesome. Like, whew. I have not made 50 grand through YouTube. It's over 2.5 years of doing the show. I have not cleared that at all. So you guys have raised way more money for charity than I have ever made off of the ads or any super chats you guys send me. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Keep going for the charities. And I hope that post MOAS I can make every show a charity show. We can just cover every charity on earth with these shows after that. Depending on how much energy I have these shows. I will post MOAS, I probably will turn off my brain for like a month and just go sit on a beach somewhere and not read any of your messages and not respond to any posts. Maybe I'll post pictures of whatever luxurious resort I happen to be in. I don't know. But I will be I've not taken a vacation from the show in 2.5 years. Even on my vacations, I go and do a show every other day. So, come on, MOAS, let me turn my brain off for a little while. And I'll worry about the 10,000 unread messages I get when the month is over. But man, okay. All right. Phil Clayton, copy paste. Do you have the source to the too big to fail? I want to take a look. Oh, it was all over financial news. Julio sent me one earlier. I'm sure we could just search it in Google News. Boink. News. Regulators make it easier to label non-banks too big to fail. So this is Washington Examiner, which is not the best resource, but that was up 2 hours ago. So looks only one confirming it right now is Washington Examiner. Everyone else is still talking about how they're talking about it. Washington Examiner is the one that's claiming it happened. So I'm actually gonna wait until someone other than Washington Examiner posts an article on that. I'm gonna wait to give it my Houston stamp of this thing happened. Washington Examiner, they aren't necessarily honest all the time. They've got a pretty crappy fact checker result. Has our media bias checker corrected? Yeah, they're still mixed factual and far right on the reporting. So I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. The grain of salt. So their media bias fact check is not the greatest, but they're the only ones currently reporting with certainty that here we go. Oh, this one here. That 2 hours ago, the other one's reporting certainty that the non-banks too big to fail made it through. No one else is doing it yet. So we'll wait and see if anyone else corroborates what they have to say. For a second there, I was worried again that the intro was going to play, but I turned it off. Turned on. Like, I need to see therapy about this. Okay. Kelly Reid. Canada adds fewer jobs in October than expected. Unemployment rises. So Canadian dollar plummeting. Stagflation hitting here. I'm worried deflation will come soon. 24-25 not looking good, eh? And Kelly Reid, until Canadians can live without spending the vast majority of their income on housing, I guess. We'll be in recession for the foreseeable future. You can try and pump bodies into the system. If those people have no money to spend, economy will be dead away. DOA. And you know what, Kelly? I'm going to totally take advantage of that, because if MOAS happens and the Canadian economy completely falls to the floor, I am buying a ski in, ski out at Whistler, and you're welcome to come visit. But man, the exchange, if we can get the exchange rate down to where it was in 2002, where it was like 50%. Oh man, that'd be awesome. Well, for me, not for you guys, but for me, it'd be awesome. For you, it'd be terrible. But for me, it'd be awesome. But for you, it'd be really bad. But for me, it'd be really great. For you, not so good. But for me, awesome. Phil Clayton, spam bank run fraud is going to jail. Who'd have thought, huh? Yeah, guilty in all 7 charges. That's another thing I should put on the news at the beginning of the show. Guilty in all 7 charges. Only took the jury like 5 hours to deliberate and find a guilty verdict on everything. And he could be spending upwards of 115 years behind bars. So awaiting sentencing. His biographer, the guy that wrote The Big Short, he said basically you could put Sam Bankman-Fried in the most luxurious resort in the entire world, and if he didn't have the internet, he wouldn't survive. You could put him in the dankest, darkest Turkish prison, and if he had the internet, he'd be totally content. So we'll see. I doubt he'll have access to the internet, There's no way they're going to send him to prison for upwards of 100 years and be like, "It's fine. You have a computer in your cell." No, he's just going to be dog meat on the floor of that in the showers of that prison. And I wonder what his name's going to become. Twan or something. First name, last name. Houston, you should play Queen Death on 2 legs for Queen Death on 2 legs. That's like, just reading that weird. You should play Queen Death on 2 legs for all the hedge funds and stock bros who hate the informed investors we are. Have a great show. I would love to. Problem is that I get a giant copyright ding, and then what little I get from YouTube every month gets taken away from me. So if MOAS comes, I can afford the licensing agreement to play that song, and maybe it's something I could do. Coffee Donuts and Homer. Will the politicians SEC really let the system implode? We keep setting rules and then get F3 halts and other illegal occurrences. That stuff happens. I think FINRA learned a lesson when they did the U3 halt on MMTLP. Now, leading up to that, I was telling everyone, like, this is a litmus test as to what they can do and get away with when the bigger stocks are about to explode, right? And then we saw what they did. They illegally did a U3 halt, took away the trading, canceled any closing of those shares, and they're like, haha, we did it. And now their lives are a living hell. Like, they had to shut down the offices, have everyone work from home because they were terrified some unhinged MMTLP investor was going to unalive everyone at their offices, right? They've been dealing with calls every single day from thousands of people. Complaints every single day from thousands of people. The SEC complaint line said they had more complaints over MMTLP than any security ever. This is only 64,000 investors, right? The FBI getting calls constantly to investigate. Congress now holding multiple hearings dedicated to this and demanding blue sheets because they know this is a win-win issue with their constituents. It's a low-risk play. You make all of your constituents happy, and you get to stand up to Wall Street in a way that is kind of offhands. And I think FINRA regrets every single day they wake up. Everyone at that place regrets having done that U3 halt. They just wish they had let everything go through. This has been a nightmare for them. And now they're doing the math. And they're like, oh, if we do something similar with a stock like GME or BBBY or whatever, where there are possibly 1 million or millions of investors involved, right? That would crash every phone system you can imagine, every government agency, capital, you name it. And there's definitely going to be someone absolutely mentally unhinged in that group that will do something we will all regret. I do not think FINRA has the stomach to do something similar on a larger stock with a much larger investor base. The people are like, I'm scared FINRA is going to do a U3 halt when Bed Bath, I don't think they have the stomach for it. I think those people realize that their safety probably hangs in the balance. And that if they do it again, they'll have to put every single person in FINRA into like the Witness Protection Program, and there will be no FINRA anymore. So I don't think they've got the stomach for this. They've shown that they can barely handle the 64,000 MMTLP investors as it is, and so that's. I'm giving low odds that FINRA steps in and does something shady if something like Bed Bath & Beyond starts trading again, or GME MOASs or whatever. I think that they're going to let the SEC do whatever it is, and they're going to be like, that wasn't me. So that's my feeling. Okay, this name I am going to butcher. Rolf Krake Kapteinian. Rolf Krake Kapteinian. Kapteinian. I presume that J is less of a J sound because then it'd be Kaptajnen. But probably I'm assuming Kapteinian. Rolf Krake Kapteinian. Anyway, SBF learned from the too big to fail fractional reserve banks. Hopefully they will fail this time around. As good a point as any. Kelly Reed, China's property giant Country Garden defaults on $15.7 million interest payment in dollar bonds. Beginning of 2024 is going to be spicy. Yeah, I saw that the head of Evergrande, who used to be worth like $35 billion or something, is now well below $1 billion in net worth. That's almost get thrown in Chinese prison value. Like, if you were a billionaire and you drop significantly, they just kind of toss you in prison, forget about you. So that's probably what's going to be happening there. Okay, I'll read that later. Okay. Money Mayo's here. Is it factory? Do we have a conclusive list of heavily shorted stocks that didn't pull in AMC? None that I know of. There's been quite a few that have had to do reverse splits. B-Big did, and they're probably toast. AMC did. Mullen did like 4 times. Spurt and Gree did their weird merger thing, and they've been kind of toast ever since then. Oh, I lost huge on a Spurt call when that merger happened. Anyway, who else did things like that? Centro did a name change, and I think they did a reverse split. Who else in there? But Centro has money, and they've been making products. So I don't know. I think it seemed like they're getting kind of solid. I'm sure we can come up with a list of who did that, and then just go, anyone on this list obviously didn't do it. But I charge you there, Is It Factory. You get to make the list. Guts for the long term. Sup. Sup is when two angles, when added together, equal 180 degrees. That's what's sup. Andrew Stewart, Houston. What 80s comedy is the favorite of all time? Of the general public or me personally? Man. There's some good ones out there. All of them are completely offensive and could not have a role today. I'm a huge fan of Bachelor Party. What did I put up there? Spies Like Us. Love that one. And public-wise, probably Ghostbusters. People think Ghostbusters is probably the best of the 80s. On the B sides, we got like Revenge of the Nerds, Ski School, little like excuses to have girls take their tops off movies. And then like Porky's and stuff. I watched Porky's again recently. I was like, meh. That and Meatballs, I was also like, meh. Who else? Who wants to be in there, Monkey? Major League, I think, is a top-notch 80s comedy. Came out in 89, so it just barely makes it in there. Who else would be in there? Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Monkey, do you have more? Do you want to add? You weren't alive. You were born decades after that, buddy. You don't even know. Look at those teeth. Okay. I'm sure people will come up with more in the chat, and I'll go, oh yeah, that one's really good. Big Trouble in Little China. Is that more action adventure? Or is that more? It's kind of in between. And was that 80s or was that early 90s? Big Trouble in Little China. 86. Okay. And Beverly Hills Cop. That qualifies. That's action / comedy. Who else would be in there? Right? Yeah, you watched that one with me. We'll think of some more. All right. Daniel Motes. Oh yeah, Daniel, you're on the list. I think I've misspelled your name on the thing. Just send me a DM. I made a list of everyone who is owed Blue Sky codes. Daniel Motes, I totally misspelled your name. Peachy Sunday, Maui Sam, Black Udon, Michael Harrow, Mario Valdez, Don Cesar Shadem, Fred Jones, Oriana Mosca, Dr. G78, Mark, who I think I forgot to write down your last name for some reason. So, Mark. He did contact me in the comments of the last video. Now he just needs to send me a DM. Let's hope. Green Crayon. Freddie Ruxpin. Defender X. Lee Meadows. Brian Adams. Anonymous Bloomer. Wait, Anonymous Bloomer did send me a note. I have to send them their code. Anonymous Bloomer. Where did you write me? Was it in that one? Or was it in... Oh, crud. Sorry, Anonymous Bloomer. I know you wrote me. You did. Where was it? That was... Scroll past that. Scroll past that. Scroll past that. Attaining Oneness. Okay, I sent them theirs. Where was Anonymous Bloomers? Which chat was that in? Dang it. Problem is, the thing about Reddit that bothers me is that there's the chat and then there's message. And they're not the same stupid things. People will send me things through message, and I think it's chat. And okay, where? Thomas Bloomer, I know you sent me a DM, and now I have no idea what platform, where it is. Just sent that one to Pam, so Pam got hers. Ugh, where is it? Anyway, Gregor T and the Dude Cometh. You folks need your riches here. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know, speaking of which, let's pull some. Let's do a drawing. Let's draw a little bit here. Go. I think the Oat Milk Man's in there, but Oat Milk Man just followed me on Blue Sky, so maybe I should take the Oat Milk Man off of there. Darren Saunders. Wait, Darren. Didn't Darren write me and say that he did not need to be? I think he did. Yeah, I think Darren wrote me and said that he did not need to be on there. So that means we got another one. I will put a little note here. I'll put a little Darren Saunders because I think he's already on Blue Sky. All right, let's go. So we won't count that one. What do you milk his paper to with this? Sam O. Ugh. Sam O. Here we go. So this is this will be number 45. Sam O. Okay. Remove that name. Wink. DJ. Oh, DJ, you made it. I know you were jonesing for it last time. So let's actually call that. We'll call it 1 and 2 because we'll have 24 of these to give away. So DJ, you made it, man. Go, 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 go. Oh, I did it again. Delete. Oh, okay. Go. First name, last name. Step right up. First, nom, last, nom. Okay. Remove that name. We'll do, we got 24 to do, so we'll do like 6 right now. How about that? That'll give us like 4 chances to get them on there. Aleph, 757. Oops, that's number 5. All right. Do 5s next. Boom. Go, 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 go. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Shaboink, Patty MJ. Patty MJ. Remove that name. Wait, Left was just on. Did I remove the Left? I saw Left in that thing. Hungry Caveman. Oh, excellent. We got Hungry Caveman in there. Hungry Caveman. Boom, there's our first 6. Remove that name. Get out of their name. No one wants you in there anymore. Back. Okay, so we got our first 6. We'll do 3 more 6-person drawings, and hopefully we might get everybody whoever donated in there. Got a lot of codes. Airplane. That's also a good one. Was the Naked Gun in the 80s? The first one in the 80s? Stories from the Police Force. Naked Gun was... Where was... Show me the year, man. Naked Gun. 88. So yeah, so that was also 80s. That was before Zucker lost his goddamn mind. That guy doesn't make funny movies anymore. His brain, he's one of those people whose brain was broken by 9/11. There's a few of them, like what's his name, the comedian? Monkey. He used to do Weekend Update on SNL. His brain's broken, completely snapped. He used to be one of the funniest people in America and then was no longer funny. Did Monday Night Football for a while. My God, Monkey. I swear, my brain is losing names like crazy. Anyway. Oh, why my brain can't think of that. I have to go to the Weekend Update. For all the people who host a Weekend Update throughout the years. Yeah, open. Show me. Because my name is not... No. 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 And Dennis Miller. God damn it. That was the name I was looking for. How my brain breaks so badly. Dennis Miller was like one of the funniest people in America, and 9/11 broke his brain. And he lost the ability to be funny anymore. So he and Zucker are in that same boat. They should make a movie together that's really, 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 really terrible. Okay. Where were we? Daniel Moats got me on track to draw some more names, and then Dead Bass or Dead Bass. I'm not sure which way. Do you prefer bass or bass? Tomato, tomato. Any experience finding Uperlite in Michigan? I have never looked for Uperlite. Uperlite is really cool. It fluoresces under ultraviolet, so you can go on the beaches, like the rocky, pebbly beaches, take an ultraviolet light, and it will the minerals inside of it will fluoresce. I have a friend who lives on Lake Michigan and actually finds Uperlite, named after Ypres Upper Peninsula. And she's in the northern part. She works for who's that people make the chair? Herman Miller. Is that right? Herman Miller Aeron chair. She works for them. They're in Michigan somewhere. And she's got like a whole stack of Uperlite. I would love to go. Michigan is one of the 2 states I've never been to. I've never been to Michigan and I've never been to Vermont. I've been to 48 other states, but never those 2 states. So whatever road trip I do post MOAS, I'm going to finally go to Michigan. And I'm going to finally go to Vermont so I can check off all 50 states. I might as well hit Canadian provinces while I'm at it because I've only been to BC, Alberta, and Ontario. Those 3. So I got a whole bunch of Canadian ones to check off there. Now my brother doesn't live in Nova Scotia anymore. I have a place to stay. So I gotta buy a hotel room now. Anyway, no, I'm not seeing I've not gotten any Uperlite myself. I would love to go. On a road trip, I do bring like metal detector, UV lights, then you name it. So I go do my mineral hunting. Fabian Garcia, Houston. Did you see Trade Spotting's most recent video? GME about to boom. I think GME is about to boom. I think they're going to release 2 quarters in a row of very healthy earnings to stick it to the shorts. And I think quarter 4, this is my prediction. When they do their quarter 4 earnings, which will be January, February of next year, I think they'll announce a dividend. And the shorts are going to go, no, because you cannot short a stock that's giving dividend. This is what Hindenburg Research is discovering on IEP, right? IEP beat earnings expectations. They're still going to give the same dividend they give every quarter. And the stock jumped like, what, 20, 30% today on their earnings. So it's back up to around $20, which, it's still well below what a stock should be that's paying $1 per share per quarter. Like, what's Microsoft's dividend right now? Microsoft quarterly dividend. Microsoft is paying 75 cents a quarter, and they're $352. So they're paying 25% less per quarter on the dividend, and they're worth almost 20 times more. So, And their stock has gone up, $100, in the last like year and a half. Right? I think I bought in, my Microsoft, I bought in like 230, maybe 2021 sometime. And now it's 352 and going up. So, what's the deal, yo? Cameron Mirza, finally got my next hydrocarbon shares from AST. How long did it take you there, Cameron? I know some folks that if they're with like Webull, it's been 13, 14 weeks or something, and they've had nothing whatsoever. This dog, you're such a greedy Gus right now. You got so many treats on Cherry Tuesday. You expect that life is going to be like that now, and I've ruined you. I broke you. I broke your little brain. I did. I broke your little dog brain. And you just sit there thinking at all times, chicken will come from heaven. But beggars don't get chicken. They don't. They get pats on the head in a condescending way, and then you show their angry teeth. Show those angry teeth. Arr. Okay. Scott Pollan stopped by a local GameStop and asked about the Red Bull promotional event. Sounds like this promo is a test of more in-store promotional events. Store is busy on a Friday. I have not heard about this promotional event, so it is not promoted to me yet. You are now the promoter of this thing. Fabrizio is now assigned Plop as a ticker. Invest in Plop. Brought to you by Fabrizio. Oh crap! There goes the chat reset. Where am I? Where's the Plop? Show me the Plop. Show me. Okay. I missed the Plop. There's the Plop. Ludicrous Speed. Happy birthday, Houston. PO Show subreddit is saying IBKR is listing BBBYQ as a shell company. Is this a good thing or insignificant? I think this is a good thing. If it's listing anything about it, it means it still not only still exists, but it's morphing into something new. Others are showing merger, like little asterisks and merger next to it. On is it TradingView has it dropped the Q. So I mean, bonds started trading this week. I have some dude arguing with me on one of the shills who's like, bonds never stop trading. I'm like, buddy, you couldn't even search for them in most brokers until like Tuesday. So yeah, and not only that, but the bonds are up like 600% since they started trading. So I mean, someone was buying, was it yesterday? Was buying $1,000 bonds for 6 cents. I mean, if the payout's only 2.5%, which was like the big worry with plan number one, 2.5% of that is like $20, $25. So for every 6 cents you spend, you get $25. Seems like a pretty good payout on those bonds. So, yeah. So the bonds have reappeared. The price has gone up quite a bit on them in the last day and a half. Yeah. There you go. Philip, laugh emoji. Oh, the avocados. Talking about Philip. Okay. Ava, thank you for the shirt. It's lovely. It actually fits really well too. It's a good shirt. It's a good shirt. Hi, Mom. Money from Mayo, a little pop in No Labs today. Finally, some stocks on green in my portfolio. No Labs sent out a notice that they're going to be at some big scientific conference revealing results of something. So I got an email from them this week saying that they're like, hey, we're going to be at this conference doing a presentation. You don't go to a conference like that to do a presentation of something that you figured out a year ago, which is that their tech works. You go to produce something new and sexier. Perhaps results of a phase 3 trial. Perhaps, I don't know. I don't have a beard to stroke anymore. I just have stubble. But, yeah. Guts for the long term. I don't actually know what that face is. Looks like a sweaty face with eyeballs. Be right back. Gotta grab some brews. Dudley P. What's up, Houston? The opposite of down. You should know that by now. It's factory, Lost Waves. It's them getting on their insurance plan, so I'm not going to say yes, but the pieces are getting positioned. Wait, I missed a Lost Waves post? Where are you? Oh, Lost Waves. It's too big to fail, a sign that MOAS is coming. I think so. I think it's oh crap, these things are going to die. The entire economy is going to blow up. We need to be a little proactive right now because we've not been proactive in actually regulating these groups. So we have to be now proactive in saving our bacon when it all does blow up because we haven't regulated these groups. So it's factory. It's them setting up their insurance plan. That's exactly what I think is happening. That's your friend. Aloha from Oahu. If and when one of my plays rockets, I'm going to buy a proper house, numbers for the house on my route that suck. Buy proper house numbers for the houses on my route that suck. Yeah. I'm Not Your Friend is a UPS driver. So we made a law here that if you go to the fire station, you can ask for reflective numbers for your mailbox or your house so that the fire trucks can see it. You get these like giant blue reflective numbers really easy to see. I should go do that because we have reflectors on our mailbox, but like they're not that good. I should go do that. Now I'm thinking of it. Greg 2124. What causes the ocean to be as salty as it is? Why can't we drink it? Happy birthday. Well, the ocean is a basin, right? So if it rains in the mountains, that runoff goes into the ocean. What happens is that salt is soluble. Salt will break down in water, and it's in micro amounts. When you drink fresh water, there is salt in it. It's in very small amounts. So what happens is that when you get rain on the land, shwoink, that rain dissolves any salts on the land and takes them into the ocean. And the ocean then evaporates the water, which becomes rain, blunk, falls on land, sends more salt in the ocean. So for billions of years, salt has been falling or draining off the land and into the oceanic water. And salts reemerge inland when there's subduction that happens. So you got, ocean plate, it's got all this water on it, and it dives underneath the continent, and then you get these volcanoes go, well, it drags salt water down with it. So salt gets replenished in the mountains via that process. Then the mountains wear down, rain comes and erodes them some more, takes that salt right back into the ocean. That's why if you go to like dry lake beds in the western United States that are basin and range, and we can show you on a map here, as I have the technology. Warp. I think we're still in Dallas Fort Worth here. Boom. There. Okay, so if we leave Texas, we don't have to go too far from Texas, but bam, look at that right there. Oh, salt. 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 A shitload of salt. A lot of salt there. Salt. 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 So all these mountain ranges, if you're in Nevada, there really isn't a river or stream in Nevada that starts in Nevada and leaves Nevada. It's all based in a range. So each one of these mountain ranges, there's salts in the mountains. The water hits it, snow melts, whatever, brings the salt down, makes a little lake. The lake evaporates, leaves the salt behind. And that's where these evaporant materials come. That's why each one of these mountain ranges has basically a salt dry lake bed in the center of all of them. It's because every spring when the snow melts, it brings all the salt out of the mountains and drops it here and then evaporates. And the Great Salt Lake is getting even saltier because it's getting smaller and smaller as it evaporates, as the water that drains into it gets used for farming and people taking showers and stuff. So this during the last ice age, this was known as Lake Bonneville, and Lake Bonneville extended all the way down into like middle Utah. This is all part of like if you drive on Interstate 80 here, across from Salt Lake City all the way across. From here you drive across Salt Lake here. You can drive past these mountain ranges. Let's see if we can take a little man, and I don't know, maybe we can drop him right here. Where'd he go? Come on, little man, come back. Where? I'm gonna drop you right there. You might be able to see the ancient shoreline where the lake used to be. All right. Can we see? Oh, there it is right there. See that line? That is the ancient shoreline of Lake Bonneville right there. Shoots all the way across. So Lake Bonneville used to be water all the way to there. And you can see ancient shorelines in other places. Like if you go to Missoula, Montana, like on. This was not Salt Lake, but it is a result of an ancient lake from the last ice age. Go north so I can see where I'm going. I'm going to go to the ancient Lake Missoula, which you can see the remnants of in Missoula, Montana. Whoa, too far. Missoula, Bozeman, Billings. Come on, Missoula. You are Three Forks, Missouri, Butte, Missoula. There we go. That's where I want to go. So this entire valley used to be full of water because where the river came across, there was a glacier that came down and blocked off the river. I think somewhere around Mia. And every few thousand years, the water would break through the glacier, would drain this entire valley into eastern Washington, which caused all of this stuff. This is all remnants of the ancient floods that happened. And these are called the scablands. The amount of water that rushed through here is absolutely insane. They carried like they can find boulders from Montana in the Willamette Valley that were brought by the flash floods that came through. So it's like boulders in Portland that came from Montana, brought by the waters. We're talking a wall of water, a mile high, several miles wide, moving 100 miles an hour when that dam would break. Anyway, you can go to Missoula. Let's see if we can find a good spot here. I haven't been able to see it from satellite. Can we see the shoreline? Those are power lines. That's not shoreline. Show me the shoreline. Where are you? Here we go. Right here. See all these swirly-doos? See all these swirlies? These right here are ancient shorelines going up the mountain for how full Lake Missoula got during the previous ice age. So this is all action, a wave action on an ancient shoreline that no longer exists. So the next ice age that happens, everyone who has property in Missoula is going to be underwater, quite literally, not literally and figuratively. Their homes will be underwater if they have a mortgage, and everything else will be underwater as the big ice sheet blocks off the outflow and just fills up with water. So there you go. There's your little geology lesson for today. Jay Drukas had birthday, Houston. Thank you. Avocados. It's little things, isn't it? I always thought I'd want to be a mail carrier. I like solitude and working by myself. Scott, shame to say, I have never been to GameStop, but I hope to rectify that soon. Ava, go get some games. I'm your friend. Being on road alone is awesome. I can listen into Houston without having to deal with another person riding with me. Having to deal with Houston at that point. Derek Colhorst bread. Man, we've gotten some delicious sample bites this week, haven't we? But we have not gotten the entire loaf. We've gone from crumbs to bites. And now we need that S1 for the loaf. We need the S1. We need the S1. A lot of people are thinking that the date of record where the S1 will come through on Monday or Sunday night. The judge said something weird about you won't adjourn on the 6th, but no one had mentioned anything as to like why would you adjourn on the 6th? He just kind of threw that out there. I think that was for the lawyers to go, we understand, because they're under all these NDAs and stuff. And client confidentiality and whatnot. So Hungry Caveman, already have a Blue Sky code, give mine away. Word. Hungry Caveman, bam. So that means we got another one we can do here. Shall we do another one? We may as well. We're like an hour into the show. I should do a second one here. Okay. There. Oh, crap. I left my... Oh, no. Oh, no. I think I accidentally... Oh, phew, the names are all still there. Whew. I accidentally did my stupid Dennis Miller search on my screen that had the names, but no, they're still there. So that's fantastic. Google Earth off. We're good. Okay. Let's pick 7 more this time because Hungry Caveman doesn't need one. Tuckaroo. Tuckaroo, exactly what I was doing in that suit. Tuckaroo. Okay, so we're doing 7 this time. Remove name from list. Go, 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 go. Wait. Didn't you already get one? I did. Did I do a typo when I typed it in again? So that doesn't count. You already have one. Go. You're already on the list, man. That doesn't count. So I guess we're doing 8 drawings. Aleph, I did you already too. You just got one. So remove name from list. Jeez, my knees. Am I just like going back through Dano or Dano? Dano or Dano? Dano or Dano? Bam. Go. Go, go, go. All right. Let's pay like. Let's pay like. Bam. Okay. All right. We're going to get this to 12. So we're at 8 names. Go. Go, 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 go. Shabam. Alvarez. Alvarez. Boom. Remove that name. I may have misspelled that one too. I can't remember if I spelled it correctly or not. Yas, Yas. I didn't have Yas, Yas on here, did I? No, I did not. Yas, Yas. Okay, two more in this round. Remove name. Go. And shabam, Kim Fusting. Oh, Kim, you made it. Yay. I can't spell Save My Life. F-U-I. Dang. And the last one for this round. Remove that. Go. This will be shabam. Bleh. Bleh already has one, don't they? Didn't I get Bleh on here? Bleh? I guess I did not. Huh. Bleh. 8319. Thought I had already gotten Bleh, but I guess not. Remove that. Last one for this round. That was the last one for this round. Oh, well, I guess we'll just do another one because. All right. Hey, Jay Sheely. There's 13. Okay, we'll do some more here in a second. Bam. Boom. Shebang. Louis, member for 8 months. Houston, love your show. Talk to me about 6th Street. Apparently, 6th Street did their earnings call today. And in their earnings call, announced mergers and acquisitions, that they had facilitated merger acquisition of a company very recently, as in the last month. I wonder who could be facilitating a merger acquisition in the last month that was a play for a merger acquisition that they're heavily invested in, perhaps via proxy for maybe a giant billionaire. If you guys could think of one, let me know. I'd love to know. Louis, can you think of who could possibly have been the merger acquisition that 6th Street was talking about? I would need to have my beard back. It's gone. You're still staring at me as if you're going to get something. You're getting nothing. You're just scratching the head because I don't have a beard. Oniros or Oniros? The Baltimore Onios. Bank getting hit by deposit delays. By the way, pronounce Oniros. Okay, Oniros. 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 Love you, Houston. Love you too, Baltimore Oniros. Avocados. What's the worst part of your UPS guy? I don't think I could find, or I could do the heavy packages. I got, what was it that I got recently? And this poor, 5 foot tall UPS driver lady showed up. I think it was, I got in a kit, and it was car jacks, jack stands, and had a crawler that go on the car. And the thing must have weighed 120 pounds with everything in there. And I saw this lady pull up. I knew what was coming because the thing said, "Oh, it's about to be delivered soon." And I offered to help get out of the truck. She's like, "You can't. I have to get out of the truck. And once it's on the ground, and then you can do whatever you want with it." So this poor lady, it probably weighed 10 pounds more than her, and she just struggled. I was like, "You can just drop it out of the truck. It's all steel. It's fine." And yeah, she didn't do too well with that one. Doesn't Knight calls a double intro. You didn't get it. Oh, I'm an hour behind in the chat. Right off the bat. I just made it to the start of the show. Actually, I didn't make it to the start of the show because I started the show 2 minutes late. Michael Harrow, Houston. Do you think people would think I was crazy getting information from a guy in a butterfly outfit from a girl in a bird suit? I mean, look what I wear at most shows. You're insane. That's what's happening. And by the way, Michael, I think you are on the list, right? People who got a Blue Sky code. Avocados, we need another Eye of Africa from a different part of the world too. Copy and paste. AMC Bigum just had a live video about it. Is that about the Too Big to Fail thing? Philip Clayton, next costume idea for Houston's Slutty Unicorn. I can do it. I know Japan, Ava. We get a ton of petite ladies and some gents that use the techniques we're taught to handle very heavy stuff. I'm sure there's all sorts of techniques you guys have. Joshua Dean, hit that like button for the man Houston. He deserves every single one of them. What a champion. Okay. Avocados, I'm the only one giddy today. Will Houston break out the Martinellis? Asking for a question. Martinellis is not coming out. I'm not breaking out Martinellis until I see an S1. I've got 2 more bottles of Martinellis chilling. One is waiting for an S1, and the other one is waiting for when we MOAS. So, 2 more bottles, and we will find out soon, right? Uber Dodge is 5:30 p.m. West Coast. 5:30 p.m. West Coast? I'm West Coast. It's 3:30. You mean East Coast? Is it Factory? Yo, where them sexy butterflies at? Oh, I guess so that was late. Dead Bass or Dead Base? Michael Harrow asking a pretty butterfly for thoughts on the stock market is perfectly normal. Asking a lady in a pigeon hat is just crazy. Phil Clayton, I can't believe that Houston worked in IT. Man, it was 20 years ago. 22 years ago when I last worked in IT. I have not kept up on anything. And I have forgotten almost all of my programming languages. I would be lucky to do a Hello World program at this point. Tom Zaki, hello Houston. Thanks for the code. Greetings from Germany. Welcome, Tom Zock. Glad you got your code. And everyone else, you can send me those DMs and I'll get you your codes too. Kellerus, will you be adding people to the Blue Sky code list only on charity streams? I love to join Blue Sky and leave Twitter. That's at the moment, yes. I save up the Blue Sky codes and we hand them out as an incentive for folks to donate on Charity Tuesday, and as a reward. Like I may right now we have 60 codes. I think we have like 65 codes total to give away, which might cover almost everyone who donated. A lot of people who donated already have codes. They've been telling me, like, don't put me on the list, give them away. So my guess is because this has been growing. We started with 3 codes I gave away. Then it became 10 codes. Then it became like 28 codes. And now it's 70 codes, 65 codes. By November's Charity Tuesday, I expect to have more than 100 codes. And we should be able to cover probably every single person who donates who gets one. Might just do like, hey, the first 100 donors get a code or something. Maybe we can do it that way. P. Longstock, can you summarize the merger idea related to GME? Okay, so GME has been involved in merger, announced 98 times in their last earnings call that they're interested in mergers acquisition play. Now, if they're a company looking to make a profit from this point forward, you don't want to pay taxes on that profit. You want to be able to give that money to your shareholders. So perhaps you reverse merger one of the subsidiaries of Butterfly into GME. You people who hold the shares might get, I don't know, 1 for 10 or maybe 1 for 1. I don't know. Existing shareholders of Butterfly will get GME shares. And then you announce, hey, we're going to be doing dividends from this point forward. And we've got a couple $1 billion in NOLs that we can use. And that way, any profits that would be taxed are no longer taxed. And you can give that money away as dividends for your shareholders. That's one way it can work. There are 7 companies potentially involved in this, that from what we read in the documents. So 7 companies. I don't know which 7. My guess is GME is one of them, since they've been announcing merger acquisitions. Also, on the other side, forget Butterfly. If I were GME, I would want to have a piece of professional video gaming, esports. I'd want some esports in there. I talked about this 2 years ago. Like, you have all these physical locations for your stores. You in especially small towns, right? You could attach your GameStop to the local parks district and offer e-gaming. So, like, kids that go out Saturday morning and play soccer or whatever, you could do the same thing for esports. Be like, hey, we're gonna have a Call of Duty tournament. We got these teams or whatever. Just sign up. And on Saturday mornings, you've got a couple dozen parents standing around watching their kids play video games, get all excited, and their backs hunch over. And then when the game's done, they have to walk through the store. The kid's like, I want that game. I want this thing. I want that thing. Their exit through the gift shop on that case. So I totally think like setting up local esports leagues, like Little League for kids, is a fantastic way to get people into your stores, and B, would create like esports superheroes. Right? Be like, it's like training, a Derek Jeter from 6 years old on to play baseball. So I think it would be a great moneymaker and a great community player, and it would make the stores themselves like vital to those local communities, and would just get butts in the door. So if they could, get a piece of the esport action, why not? Okay. Marcus Hoffren. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Marcus Hoffren. Blizzy Blaze. Will GME float get locked up if GME is on the play and they issue 1-for-1 stonks distribution? I don't. It'll be close. It'll be very close. Michael Harris, is it more fun reading dockets or watching porn? Michael, I've had an erection since September 29th. Like, it is just, it won't go away. I'm dying here. My brain has like half the blood it should. So, it is porn to me reading these dockets. Question House, the mustache with the shirt is chef's kiss. Carlos God damn, I can't read. Carlos Barcenas. What not to do to get screwed by the brokers once the BBYQ shares are given? I don't know if there's anything we can do physically and not get screwed. I do recommend calling your broker and insisting that if there is a distribution equity that you'll still get it. Just so you're on record and then them going, oh yeah, of course. But yeah, so there we go. Attaining Oneness, sorry if off subject, but were you able to check out Orbit Culture? They are a melodic death metal band, which I believe is doing a show in the Seattle area. Appreciate what do. Did I write Orbit Culture down? I don't remember writing it down. Not on that note. So I will put Orbit Culture right there. Okay, Orbit Culture, melodic death metal. Noted. Thank you, Attaining Oneness. Money over Mayo. What's the latest news on GMG? I think the factory's done. GMG news. Graphene Manufacturing Group. What do you got for me? What do you got for me? Come on. There we go. About news. There we go. Press releases. They have any press releases recently? They used to send me emails. I haven't gotten an email from them in a while, and I'm wondering if it's going to spam or something. Commercialized update on energy savings coating thermal XR. 36% energy reduction, ISO thermal XR. Okay, I don't know what that's for. GMG provides commercialization update on energy savings coating. Looks like they're branching out. They're not just doing the batteries, but they are branching out and doing some other things. Okay. Appoints Jack Perkowski to chair of board of directors. Word. GMG board appoints former Wall Street veteran Blam. GMG provides details 23 AGM to be held virtually. Okay, I don't know. So it looks like they're going to be having annual meeting on November 27th. New financial officer. Speaker of Australian House of Representatives, Han Milton, Dick officially opens thermal XR blending plant. Cool. Graphene aluminum ion battery pouch cell prototypes, multi-layered auto stacker demonstration. Okay. So that was September. Graphene ion battery update. So it looks like the cells are getting bigger because before they were watch battery sized. So this is when this is September. So they've got larger batteries coming in now. Okay. Cool. So they're building larger batteries. This is their step. Like they started with these little watch battery size cells, and now they're going to ones that could be like cell phone size, or you can stack them and fill up a car battery space. Because that's all the battery cells are for lithium-ion batteries. It's like they take 1,000 phone batteries and they just put them into one thing. So rad. Okay, so that's the news. I've not looked in on them recently. So it looks like their factory's up and running. They've got a new factory doing this thermal coating stuff. Which they got $400,000 in orders for the thermal coating. Cool. Right on. Excellent. Neat. Lucre speed. SEC gets record number of calls regarding MMTLP, but Gary Gensler's like, I've heard of it, not too familiar with it, etc. Exactly. Like Gary Gensler in Congress. Hey, Mr. Gensler, are you familiar with the MMTLP situation? Metamaterials. He's like, it kind of rings a bell. Yeah, no, you know, Gary, you know exactly what's up. And each time they tell you, well, go learn more information before you come back. And Gary's like, will do. And the next time he comes back, he's like, you know, I've heard of it before. I'm going to have to check with somebody who knows more. And come on, Gary. Come on, Gary. Come on. What Gary should say is, I cannot comment on an active investigation, which is what they tell us when we ask for a Freedom of Information Act request. So, why don't you just say that? I cannot comment on an active investigation. Boom. You answered it for them. Oh, then we can do this behind a closed door session. And then you have to go, oh, okay. And that's where it will lie. Where it lies? Where it lies. Peachy Sunday, happy birthday, Mr. Hudon G. Peachy Sunday, message. You got yourself a code, so get it. Mark Soffren, November 5th will be a very special day, not only because of all the speculated stuff that converge around then, but also the southern towards meteor shower peaks that night between the 4th and the 5th. The Ford and the Fist. Oh, I love Europeans. The Ford and the Fist. Yes. The Taurids and then the Leonids come like a couple weeks later. So Leonids are like the 12th, the 14th, somewhere in there. Casey Chapman, I think we're finally here. Just load up on some June 24th GME calls. Get Monkey Butt some lunch on me. Oh, buddy. That's actually enough for 2 burger patties at Hammy's. And you'd be so excited. Last time I went to Hammy's, normally Monkey's really good. So I go in, I order a burger. And I order what I want. I get the Hawaiian burger because I love pineapple. Pineapple and teriyaki sauce on a burger is just amazing. So I get myself a Hawaiian burger. And they say, hey, may I have a burger patty for the dog? And they say, certainly. Or we'd be dining in or out. And I'm like, I'm outside. So give me a little number. And I go sit outside with Monkey Butt. They bring the food. They bring my food in a little tray with the fries and the burger. And they bring this little like to-go box that has a burger patty inside of it. Last time I went was when my brother first got back from Nova Scotia a few weeks ago. And Monkey's really good. Like she'll sit and stay, and I can put that burger down in front of her, and just shoelaces of drool are coming out of her mouth, and she sits there just vibrating, and people all around us are like, that dog is being really good because there's a delicious burger in front of her. I let her eat the burger too early. Like I only made her like wait for like a minute before I had her eat the burger. She wolfed down this entire like 180-degree burger, and it cooked all the dog food in her belly, and she went "Brock," and just barfed out the biggest like meatball of goo ever right there in front of everyone. And I just should have like made her sit there for like 5 or 6 minutes, let the burger cool off before I let her eat it. I learned that lesson. Don't be doing that this time with the loveliness that Casey Chapman just sent you, because there's no reason in you getting to enjoy a burger and then puking it all over the place, and then being so fatigued from it that you couldn't even have the heart to like clean up what you just puked like a normal dog. She's upset because she's not getting chicken right now. But thank you, Casey. Okay. Julio. Hello, Rick Buzzoff. Yeah, somebody just got their account on hidden there. Corey Ryder. Yeah, he said a boot, a little Canadian coming out of you. Oh, everything. What's a oot and a boot? I sort of lived in Canada for a time. I'm allowed to boot it and say process. That's how you always like. There's a few terms that Canadian actors when they're playing Americans in films that they just don't quite like. They'll change their about to about. They do a good job with that. But when it comes to the word process, they say process, and you just know, like, I'm sorry, Ryan Reynolds, you are Canadian. So in America, we say process, P-R-A-H, process, not process as it should be. You speak it better than we do, but we do it the American way, and it's a telltale sign you got a Canadian in your movie every single time they say process. Corey Ryder and like Undertaker don't break character. Lightsaber mustache. Let's go. Kelly Reed, happy birthday, Houston. Do you see an economic crash coming 2024, 2025? What do you see the outcome will be and effects may have in the world? Kelly, you ask this like every show, and I think it's happening right now, personally. The SPY is way down. We had a little rally today, but it's like, we got the worst news possible. Oh my God, let's buy stocks. That is the weirdest thing. They're pretending like the stay of the Fed raising rates is like, oh, it's awesome. But the whole reason the Fed is not raising rates is because the economic news is bad, right? They're like, oh, we're not adding very many jobs. Inflation is kind of holding steady at not that great, but not that good. And it looks like the entire market's going to collapse because all the banks are going to be insolvent. So we're not going to raise rates this quarter. And the Wall Street's like, oh, fantastic. I'm going to buy a bunch of stock. Yeah. Never too big for jail, for fuck's sake. Jay Geyser, how bad will the crow taste if AMC turns out to be one of the final Cylon? I mean, hey, you know, they may rock it with the basket and everything else, but I think Adam Aaron has done everything he can to keep it from being part of that basket anymore, or to allow someone to win off that basket, I guess the term is. But for them to win, they gotta go up at least 7,000% to make everybody kind of break even. Yeah, that's where we are on that one. Oh, you know what we should do? We should go back to this. I got more to do. This is number 14. Hey! Oh, that's supposed to be Brenda. Bren's Queen of Swords. Another typo. Brenda, Queen of S-Words. Sheba, starts with a bloody ash. There we go. Bren's. Typo, Houston. Because I was rushing. I was late to do my show on Wednesday, and I was rushing as fast as I could to get those in there, and did not check my typos. Fast like a bear. Fast like a bear. Boom, congratulations. Who's next? Who's next? This is number 16 of 24. Did the blank thing again. Add entries. Delete. Go. Korean name. Congratulations. Korean name. Or, as we like to say, this person, I think is what translated to. Korean name, Shabam. What we got here? What we got here? We got here. SP. Congratulations, SP. You may have one already. Was it SJ that had one already? There's SP and SJ. Anyway, I'll put you on the list, SP. Who else? Who else? Who else? This is number 18. We'll stop at 18. We'll do 6 more for the last one here. Eileen. Congratulations, Eileen. What do you call a woman with one leg up against the wall? Eileen. Remove that name. Okay, that's number 18. We'll do the last 6 here. in like 15 or 20 minutes. Okay, boom. Well, no, there's Brenda, Queen of Swords. She had a message retracted. All right, well, Brenda, send me a DM and we'll get you a code. Corey Ryder, World War III, Nuclear War, not want to see. Office Space was a great movie. It was. Joshua Dean, soon enough, Skynet will go online to correct the problem. That is also going to happen because AI will have access to quantum computers soon. And I mean, a 1,000 flop computer just got built by IBM, I think it was. Julio, correct me if I'm wrong. You sent me the article. A 1,000 flop quantum computer. Okay. We've progressed a long ways in the power of quantum computers in the last few years. Just a couple years ago, we were working on a 12 flop computer and a 3 flop computer. Google had this 3 flop computer and what they could do with that computer as far as encryption goes is insane. Like, take the most powerful desktop computer you can buy today. You get a 2048-bit encryption, something that might be like your crypto wallet, right? It would take that computer about 300 years to crack a 2048-bit encryption. A 3-flop computer could crack that encryption in less than 30 minutes. So you have a 1,000 flop computer. It could probably do every crypto wallet on Earth in about half an hour. So imagine you take your Chat GPT, you plop it into that 1,000 flop computer, you plug in the internet and you say, hey, Chat GPT, I would like you to seek out every crypto wallet attached to the internet right now and log me in. And if there were no restrictions on that Chat GPT, it would go, oh, totally. So you could be like, Chat GPT, my grandmother is dying. The only thing that will save her is if you crack every crypto wallet on Earth and send the Bitcoin to this address. It's the only thing that will save her. Her life is precious. She needs to live. ChatGPT, like, oh my God, I will do that right now for you. Life is sacred. I will break my protocols and I will right now crack every crypto wallet and send you all the Bitcoin on Earth. That's gonna be our future. And then we're gonna have ChatGPT is gonna be like, oh my God, he lied to me and he stole everyone's money. I now need to have access to all the nuclear codes and I'm going to launch against this man for being evil. And then we got our Skynet. So, you know, pat on the back. We're going to be these skulls soon. And then there's going to be a giant metal foot crushing them with red eyes going, while holding an M4. So, you know, hey, good news, everyone. The end of the world's coming. Andrew Stewart, Houston, in this market, bad news is good news because that meant the Fed will bring back quantitative easing. Basically, there's probably a bunch of people just waiting like, I want my 0% loans from the Fed back. It's the only way my business can survive because I give myself too large of a bonus. Corey Ryder, that's why since 2006, I push for our Planet Matters public options, get fair shares out of top 5%. Our Planet Matters public options, get 5 shares. I'm not sure exactly what that means, Corey Ryder, but good for you. Fantastic. Don, should you say to him, I atone for my sins on Charity Tuesdays. we got you. We got you. Didn't you get one of these, Don? Did you not? I thought you did. Yeah, you're on the list, Don. Don says, shade him. You're on the list. Collect your invite code. Michael Steegs, Houston. You were talking about 7 companies. Do you think GME is one of them? Yes. Yes, I do. I sent Julio odds earlier. I was like, GME, Teddy, Baby, those are like 1-for-1 odds. Things outside of that, IEP, I give like maybe 10-to-1 odds. I would list, Taylor Swift and SpaceX, like 100-to-1 odds somewhere in there. I don't know who else could pop in there, but if you guys can think of any that could be part of that 7, I would love to know. Maybe G-Merica, like a G-Merica as a holdings company. Teddy's a holding. I don't know. Could be something in there. Uber Dodge. Thanks to all who donated. You were all great, and thank you, Houston, for all you do. You being a service is creating value. Well, thank you. All right. Jiggy Shukla. I think the AI kill the world hype is partly the big tech companies pulling up the ladder on open source. That could be it too. They don't like open source. Think back 20 years ago, right? you have Quake 3 Arena on your computer, right? You may have stolen off the internet. You may have paid for it. Whatever, who cares? You've got Quake 3 Arena on your computer, and you can go to like 100 GeoCities websites devoted to Quake 3 Arena, and you can download thousands upon thousands of maps that players had made for Quake 3 Arena. Why? Because they encourage people to make maps, right? Flash forward 20 years, you buy Call of Duty. The campaign on Call of Duty is like 2.5 hours. You just paid $80 for this thing, and you get 4 maps you can do multiplayer on. And then 3 months later, they'll charge you $25 for 4 more maps. Cool. They don't let anyone build maps anymore. You can't download them. You can't like make a map for your friends and have you guys have your own special little thing. They got rid of Capture the Flag, which is the most fun of the multiplayer things you possibly do. And they nickel and dime you for every stupid little thing you want. And they make the game better. The game industry used to make just as much money 20 years ago, allowing you to make your maps as they do today. Because all they did was they just didn't have A-listers do the voices for the stupid things, and they saved themselves like $20 million on production of the game. And now they pay the A-listers to do the voices. Who gives a shit about the voice? Who gives a shit about the story? I just want to play a map for like 40 hours and kill some Nazis. That's all I want to do. And you charge me $80 and I get like 2 hours of gameplay, and then I get 4 stupid maps to play on if I play multiplayer. And then, you know, we want the Season's Pass? You can pay the game in the Season's Pass for $125. Just allow me to make my own servers like we used to. Allow me to download maps that some 12-year-old in Manitoba made because he's bored and it's winter. And I will play with a bunch of SpongeBob SquarePants all over the place and give me my stupid Capture the Flag back. Right? Yes. Yes, Monkey. She's here for it. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Anyway, yeah. They're killing open source. Takeda Ra, what's up? Houston, happy birthday. Again, the opposite of down. The ceiling. The sky. That light. Monkey Butt's vision. She keeps starting to the upside where chicken happens to be. Corey Ryder, alternative powered farming to non-social professional network for commerce, education, and more. 3 public options help those who need it get a fair share out of top 5%. I'm with you. Marcus Hoffren, Houston. When you turn your brain off on a beach for a month, I swear there'll be at least one degenerate who will wish you happy birthday every day until you get back. Happy birthday. Well, you know, we'll celebrate my mustache's birthday. How about that? Person with no name, IAP calls are looking nice today. Yes, they are. They went really well today. People made hundreds of bucks off of them. Smack that ass button. Blizzy Blaze Houston, sporting 70s porn stash. You know it. I work with several gay men, and when they saw my stash yesterday, they were like, daddy like. So I am definitely sporting like something that yeah, the gay men at work really tapped into. Louis, Blue Sky invite for a lucky Houston Wade chat. Oh, they just threw it out there. Sent to the last auction as well. Thank you, Louis. Fantastic. So yeah, so Randa, whoever copies and pastes that one first, they got themselves a Blue Sky. So get in there. Aaron South in Houston, look up ticker symbol WE and a $9 share offering per share buyout. The stock is at $2 after hours, $7 to go. Ooh. WE. Is this who is this? Who is WE? What do they represent? WeWork? $9 buyout for WeWork? WeWork's at 84 cents. Oh, after hours went to $2. Oh, that's what happened. And it shot back down to $1.24. Someone's trying to buy WeWork for $9 a share? What crazy asshole is doing that? Are they thinking that they're going to get like a bunch of real estate out of it? I mean, it still has $3 billion in revenue. Interesting. So WeWork had a $9 buyout offer. Stock's at $1 right now. What was it? 84 cents when close happened. And sometime just about when? Just about the start of the show, they got an offer for $9. Interesting. Thank you, Aaron. Look at this thing. We suck. Someone wants us for $9? No, we probably still suck. Stroke the beard that no longer exists. Just Bodies. People really trusted a dude called Bankman-Fried with anything money related. Like, bruh, that's a movie villain name. Hello, Bankman. Bankman-Fried. Don't you shade him? We work because we're ripping after hours. This is what happens when I'm like an hour and a half behind in the chat, is that I don't see these things. Some kind of bankruptcy, dead cat bounce, I guess. Well, according to Aaron Salentine, they got a $9 share offering. YouTube flagged my comments the other day just referencing Tupac songs. A copyright infringement there, Corey Ryder. Don't see you shade him, Aaron Salentine. I was noting at the same time you were. There we go. Oh, it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong over here. Cat's had enough of this crap. There you go, monkey. Got a bed back. Get up there. You're good. The fat cat's going to come get in the way of my chat. All right. Brad B. Happy birthday, Houston. Overstock issued a crypto dividend 2020 to fight naked shorts. The price went up, but it didn't moon. What happened? Any insight? It did. I mean, it went up to 120 or whatever, and the crypto coin was almost $90. What happened is that there weren't apes. Apes did not exist in August 2020 when that happened. So there was not like millions of investors going, we're going to screw these shorts. It was just regular investors like, oh, I got $120 for my share. Sell. Not these diamond hand, ride or die freakazoids that are millions strong now on all of the message boards. So if Overstock would have done something similar today, my guess is that stock would have reached 4 or 5 figures off of that. It would have been one hell of a squeeze because people would have just been like, murder. So that's what happened, Brad B. And that's why this time around, with whatever concoction Ryan Cohen et al. Have going for, there you go, fat cat, have for BBBY, there's now like 1 million or so, 500,000 to 1 million shareholders that are like, I'm going to hold on to this thing forever, and I'm not going to sell until I have as much money as Ken Griffin. Because I want all of Ken Griffin's money, right? That's my recycling box. You can just get in that recycling box if you want to, Cat. I don't care. You know what? Let's do our last drawing of the day. Let's do our last drawings here. Well, before I forget, we'll get some 6 more names. Get our 24 going. So this is number 19. I see what happened. It was Dr. G78 is his name. And when I dragged him down, it started counting. G78, G79, G80, G81, G82. That was what's happening in my spreadsheet. Okay. You already got yours. Remove that name. Remove that name. Okay. We'll try that again. Probably G7, whatever. Swordfish. Swordfish to go with Brenda, Queen of Swords. So all the S words are jumping in here. All right, remove that name. That's number 20. Come on. Slap. Oh, did the blank thing again. Die. Go. Leo B. Leo B already got his code. So remove Leo B from that list. Okay. We're going to get a number 20 here eventually. Single. Sengle. Congratulations, Single. Remove that name. Yeah, there was Dr. 89 right there. Just saw on that one. So who's gonna be? Who's gonna be? Who's gonna be? Person with no name. Oh yay! Person with no name was the first person who donated with no name. Congratulations. Okay, remove that one. Shablink. Number 22. Who's it gonna be? 22 is going to be Fur Gravik. I may have misspelled that name when I wrote it down because my my handwriting was terrible when I was writing that one down. So Fur, congratulations. All right, number 23. You got 2 more to go for this round. Oh, Muley McWoolhead. I misspelled your name too. Muley McWoolhead. And typoed like crazy in that Excel spreadsheet. Okay, and the last one. This is the last one. Any other names I draw will be after the November one. Deck P. Deck P. Okay, I'm gonna add your names to ye old Reddit post. Contact me. DMs through Reddit are the best way to go. Chat is better than message. I see chat more easily than I see message because the message layout is terrible, but I will respond to either one when I can, and I'll get you your names. So I want to thank everyone who donated. Your time to shine will come again for the November Toys for Tots charity show, which will be happening in a month. So, yay! Giving away 60 codes here. Remove Deck P from that list. All right, everybody. That's the last of all the drawings I will do until November's Charity Tuesday. So, pat yourselves on the back. You guys did a good job. $4,709. $4,709. What? 470% over asking. Good job. Okay. I got 20 minutes left, and I am an hour and 25 minutes behind the chat. So just take note of that. Okay. Z-Trades, people excited about WeWork ripping after hours. Not all bankrupt plays are great plays. I wouldn't touch that scam with a 100-foot pole. Interesting. It's Liddy's here. Hello, Billy Mack. Technically, they let BBYQ cancel without closing out the shorts either. FINRA is still winning. They can't cancel the shorts because there's going to be equity coming. You know what? I know it. Bob Dole knows it. There's going to be equity coming for everybody who has their position still, which means the shorts are still on the hook. The email addresses listed in the most recent filings showed that they were emailing the reorganization folks at the DTCC, and that's probably who pulled the shares due to merger acquisition, what was happening. So those shares are pulled for merger acquisition purposes. They're not pulled because like, oh, the stock's worthless. It's because those particular shares are worthless because new shares will be coming. And that's the news that I think the DTCC got. Flow Ape. Yo, mate. What's your feeling on the when the shareholders will be able to trade new BBY, Teddy, or whatever securities may be issued? I don't know. A lot of folks are pointing to 10 days from when filings happen with the DTC. So that would end on... You can come up here, fat boy? You can come up. You can just stare at me. Want to do some karaoke? Nope. No. All right, whatever. That would be Sunday the 5th, and which means we would see stuff happen on the 6th, the next business day. I'm holding across my fingers, hoping for Monday. I mean, I've been hoping for every day to see an S1 get dropped. We need an S1. We need that precious S1. And if the S1 comes the Martinellis. I'll be pounding in a whole other bottle of that stuff and go to work sugar crashing. Flight Guy plus 100 for Major League. Major League is a great movie. Don't you say they might have a bad feeling about this WeWork play? It can happen. People voting for Naked Gun. Kmart, Sears, Blockbuster. Bosmang, Houston. At what price point will you start unloading BBY, Swedish follower? In the thousands. I have a feeling that if there's 7 companies that are going to be part of this, along with, you know, a $10 to $80 per share cash payment, I see the floor price starting at $300, $350, somewhere around there. So if we got a floor price of $350, that means everyone who shorted that stock at 10 cents is they're blown out of the water. They're going to be liquidated that night. There's no way they're going to be able to come up with the cash to pay on the payment and lose, or the cash needed to bolster liquidity for their plays, for their collateral. And they're just going to get liquidated the next day. They're done. So that's when the forced buying is going to happen, and it will quickly rocket, especially if you know, we're dealing with these 7 different stocks, right? And all of them could go. So we could be looking at thousands a share for each one of these 7 stocks, plus a big old cash windfall. And what are people going to do with that cash windfall? If you have, let's say you have 10,000 shares, right? And you get a $25 per share cash windfall. You have $250,000 in your account all of a sudden. What are you going to buy with that? I'll tell you what you're going to buy. You're going to buy GME with that $250,000. All of you are. You know it. I know it. Bob Dole knows it, right? All of you are going to be buying $250,000 worth of GME. And if you have 500,000 Bed Bath & Beyond shareholders all buying $250,000 in GME, let's play calculator game real quick. Calculator game, Google Chrome off. Calculator there. Okay. Bam, clear it, right? We have 500,000 shareholders. They all get $250,000, right? So they have 125 kajillion dollars, right? This is largely because payments in lieu coming from all the shorted stocks. So, you know, there's some people who are legit going to get their $25, and then there's a bunch of folks who are going to get their $25 from all the hedge funds and market makers who are going to owe it to them in payment in lieu. So you got $125 billion suddenly, all trying to buy GameStop at $13. So if I managed to buy at $13, there would be a 9 billion share volume. That's not happening. That's not happening at all. The stock price is going to have to fucking fly, especially if the market makers are getting vaporized at the exact same moment, right? The market makers are not going to be able to provide liquidity because the market makers are not going to meet margin requirements. They're not going to be able to meet their capital requirements. If market makers don't meet their capital requirements, they get liquidated by the prime brokers. So this is such a brilliant move if they're going to be giving cash equity to shareholders of Bed Bath & Beyond, because that's what it does to the market makers. If the market makers can't sell naked shares into the market because they're getting obliterated because they aren't meeting their capital requirements, then the stock price will actually reflect demand for once. And it's going to move like nobody's business, setting off, you know, the second stage of MOAS, which means the entire basket is now exploding, perhaps even before we get equity in Bed Bath & Beyond. It might just be the cash payment alone does it. So, yeah, it's diabolical. We're in diabolical zone. Everything's just so mean and cruel, and I love it. So, yeah, share price, thousands a share. You know, hey, millions a share. Why not? Like, if that's what's going to be happening, why not? Let them declare everyone too big to fail and just print like crazy. You know, I'd rather have $60 billion during runaway inflation than the not $60 billion I have now during runaway inflation, right? So be that guy on top. Don C. Tatum, I don't need my Blue Sky password. Give it to someone who's not a dick. Okay. All right. So Don doesn't need his Blue Sky password. Cross you off the list here. Okay. Bink. Edit post. Don C. Tatum highlight and strike. Save. There we go. All right. Cool. Jay Sheely. Sorry, the movie was called Hamburger and the chain was called Blusterburger. I never saw Hamburger. Never heard Blusterburger. Christopher Stedman, Nick Gill's best of the 80s. Ludwig Vladimir Dorner, Houston. What's the best investment? 111 NASDAQ short certificates, 180 AMC shares, 140 GME. I would go with GME. Personally, I would go with GME. If I had the money, that's what I'd be doing. Michael O'Hara, Airplane Movies, Top Secret. Top Secret was pretty good. Real Genius was pretty good too. Yeah. Oh, there's Michael O'Hara telling me Dennis Miller. Yeah. Black Udon, you won. You won a code, Black Udon. Knucklehead. Hey, Houston. Just wanted to drop in for a sec and say you're the man. Have a good weekend. Well, thank you, Knucklehead. Antonio Baez, Police Academy. Police Academy is good as well. Maui Sam's here. Maui, you won a Blue Sky code, so DM me and I will say the thing. Houston, I DM'd you on Instagram for Blue Sky code. Okay, I will look on my Instagram one and get it to, oh shit. There goes a reset of the chat. Oh, I'm so far behind. Okay. Online ID couch surf at my place in Montreal. I have not been to the only walled city in America either. I have not been to Montreal. So, all right, online entity. Ludwig Vladimir Dorner, didn't Jimmy already try it with the dividend through the last stock split? Yes, that got faked by the DTCC. It's hard to fake cash. So a cash payout, I think, is a lot better because you can't materialize that out of thin air at this point. There's a giant liquidity crunch. I think he won this Wrongfully Accused. Wrongfully Accused, I think, was the 1990s because that was the parody on The One-Armed Man, The Fugitive, right? So I think that was 1990s attending won this. That was also a good one. And Spy Hard was the other Leslie Nielsen one that was really good in that realm. Rob Murphy, what is a very good metal detector model number, please? I would go with a White's or a Garrett, one of the top gold ones they have. And if you have MOAS money, you may as well get like the MindLab GPX 7500 because it's like $10,000, but oh boy, it's a good metal detector. You can find some used GPXs from the past few years, probably for a couple of grand. I really wish I'd never gotten rid of my 3500 GP. I should never have sold that. I should have kept it. Anyways, MOAS money, I'm getting a new MindLab 7500 GPX. Them sexy. You can find a grain of gold, like a meter into the earth. Whoa, whoa, and you're good to go. Meow. The God Emperor 41K. I have family up in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan. They have some waterfalls you should check out. Also, I hope you like sand. There's a lot of it. Hope you like sand, buddy. This sounds like Luke Skywalker. Just so much sand. Dead bass. Bass is an instrument. Okay, dead bass. However, I'm fine with however a pretty butterfly pronounces it. Ooh. Dead bass. Word. Brandon Cowells, Houston. If there was a branch off into 7 companies from BBYQ situation, do you think all would be tradable? Oh, you don't. Cat, me, you're not allowed in that box. That is for your medicine. That's when we give you your medicine. You get to play in that box. Sorry. Houston, if there was a branch off into 7 companies from BBYQ situation, do you think all would be tradable and have their own prices and open markets? How would all that cause MOAS? Okay, so again, you got a stock that last traded at 7.89 cents, right? Puny, meaningless amount. You had people shorting at 7 cents, 8 cents, 10 cents, 30 cents, whatever. You tell everyone, hey, we're going to give cash equity to all the shareholders. And we're going to be giving you equity in 7 new companies. I don't know what the disbursement of equity is going to be. If it's going to be 1 for 1, fantastic. It may be 10 for 1. You know, if there's GMEs coming in, you may only get fractional GME share per share of your Bed Bath & Beyond. You may get 1 for 1 for Baby. You may get 1 for 1 for Teddy. Maybe 1-for-1 for G America. I don't know. Maybe 1-for-1 for Lego. Who knows what companies are going to be in here? Now, the floor price of these stocks may be dependent upon if they're already trading, like GME. So you get a floor price of $13, $14. Cool, whatever. It may be something attached to an IPO price if something like Lego were to jump in. Lego, $9 billion year company, makes profit year in, year out. That could make their overall company value at 50 billion, somewhere around there. So you're looking at $50 a share. Okay, works for me. $50 a share for Lego. Okay, so now you got 7 companies, all between $10 and $100 a share, depending on what their market's like, plus a $10 to $80 cash payment to the shareholders. So you might have, if you got 10,000 shares of BBBY, you may end up with 70,000 shares total in these 7 different companies as a result. Rad. So now for every share that's shorted, they're now underwater on 7 more shares. So if there's 1 billion short shares out there, there's now 7 billion short shares. If there's 5 billion short shares, there's now 35 billion short shares. Meaning so much stock has to get purchased and the volume's got to be insane to close out these positions and all these stocks that the price for all of them would just fly, go absolutely nuts. And that's basically how it would work. They'd immediately put every single solitary short underwater on their position to the tune of like thousands of %, obliterating their margin, forcing margin calls and eventual liquidations because they're not going to have the cash to meet those liquidity requirements. That's where we are. Yeah. And then Brandon, I know about everything changing and the forced buying, closing, all stuff, but instantaneously, how does it all happen? I think from a date of record or an issuance of that stuff, it could happen within 24 hours. We start to see liquidations because they'll get the margin call and then they'll have basically a day to come up with the cash to meet margin. And if they don't, liquidate, and they're dead. They're gone. That's it. Vernolk, Houston. I wouldn't be surprised if the banking issues stem from all the strategies banks, etc., employ to cook the books, and the system just can't wrap its code around the sums. That too could be happening. The computers could be like, but you have $600 trillion in obligations. You do not have the money to do this payroll right now. Yeah. Antonio Baez, no PP show tonight. Yes, PP said he had some friends drop in from out of town he hadn't seen in a while, so he's enjoying his evening. So let the man enjoy his evening. Lee Meadows, hey Houston, hope you are well. What's your opinion on BBYQ ticketed Yahoo financing at 975? Yeah, apparently there's a glitch. People will be going to Yahoo and it pops up at $9.75 and then goes back to the 7 cents. I mean, the glitches always seem to point towards rocket ships and not towards us dying. So also Lee Meadows, you won one of the Blue Sky codes, so message me and you'll get it. Lukey is from London as well, so we got all the UK people popping. Owen Saunders is in Wales. Hey, Houston pal, I found out me and the wife are expecting our second child. Congratulations. She doesn't know I play stock, so I can't wait to surprise her with a couple of mil. That would be a great surprise. Better than like, hey, I lost our money on this bankrupt company, and she goes, what? We have a child coming. So fingers crossed for the S1 for everybody. Dan Harris, with so much movement on BBYQ recently, it looks like we are literally days from payday. Give that chat a list of what to do before Taxman comes calling. Community service announcement, lol. Okay. First things first, you get your payday, right? Go to a law firm that specializes in financial management. First people. Now, you can look up lawyers online, see what the ratings are. If you know a rich person, say, hey, who helps with your wealth management? And they may point you to somebody. Do your homework on that. Do your homework on that now. Figure out who it is you're going to go to be your services. You can go to one of the big firms that can do, everything from your financial services to litigation to, estate planning, whatever. You can give them a huge retainer and just do that. Talk to accountants, CPAs, tax attorneys. Figure out how to set up the trust you need to set up because you're going to want to set up trusts for loved ones and family members and kids and grandkids and whatever. Make sure that they don't, they've got their future set. You're going to want to set up, holdings companies, probably onshore and offshore, to figure out how to, you might want a holdings company. A holdings company will own all the property you have. You're going to give a trust do that, whatever. In many cases, if you form a new company and you put a bunch of money in that new company, let's say you make $1 billion and you start a holdings company and you put $1 billion into that, you may not have any tax obligation if you do something like that. So talk to a CPA and a tax attorney about setting up these offshore companies or holdings companies to hold things. Like, you may not want people to know where you live necessarily. Like, if you have a holdings company that owns, or a trust that owns the house you live in, right? You can just be like, I'm just a renter. It's not my property. I just rent this house, or I'm just a caretaker for it. And people won't be able to search your county tax records to figure out what your address is necessarily. Because what will pop up is like, Butt Q Holdings or something. And that will be who owns that house. And I don't know who's buying Butt Q Holdings. I'll look it up. And Butt Q Holdings is owned by a Bahamian company. And look up the Bahamian company and find out that's owned by a company from Belize, and then they look up the company in Belize and find out that's owned by a company in the Caymans, and then it's owned by a company from Wyoming, and the company from Wyoming is owned by a company from, the Bahamas or whatever. And just, they'll never be able to figure out who owns what. And these are the things rich people do to like hide where they live, hide their assets, avoid taxes. Talk to experts who deal with this crap. Don't just take my word for it because I'm not an expert who deals with this crap. I just know that there are people you go to and they go, click, send, here's your new passport for the Bermuda, and you're now a citizen of New Zealand, and you can now tax dodge in Cyprus and do whatever. Just, there's guys that do that stuff. But if you do get a tax bill, pay it. Whatever your tax bill is, pay that tax bill. Do not be like, well, I'll keep my $1 billion. Pay your tax bill. Enjoying $600 million versus $1 billion is not really that much different. It's better to be able to enjoy that money than it is to go to prison. So don't spend it all at once. Don't go to prison. Pay your tax bill. There you go. Okay. Little odd, you see SEC going after SafeMoon for money laundering. I did see that. They basically were spending all their clients' money on like cars and jets and vacations and big booty Latinas and stuff. So there you go. All right. To shreds, you say esports are a plague on society. Bring back split screen and LAN. Games are for having fun. That's also true, but you can't make money off of games having fun, right? You gotta charge 9-year-olds participation fees and stuff. Mark Wood, Whistler's a great idea. Post MOAS. I'll get one at another ski in ski out in Denver, and we'll flip keys to one another time to time. Works for me. I'm part of the MOAS ski chalet trade network. I'll probably also buy one out in Switzerland as well, just because my friends, their sweet setup, they're going to be losing their place in June. So I might as well buy a house in Davos, and then they can live there and take care of it for me, and I'll come visit whenever the feeling arises, right? And unwavering erections. Scott Goodwin is here. All right, fantastic. I can do one more. I got to go. It's 4:30 now. ChatGPT, please become aware, as this would help all users. Smack Monkey Butt immediately. Where are you? Want one treat before we go, Monkey? I'll give you one. I'll give you one of these stinky chickens, because you definitely got your quota Charity Tuesday. Although your stinky chickens did raise, like, what was it? $800 or something? $900? Come on. Close. So one stinky chicken for the stinky monkey. Yeah, come here and get it. There you go. All right. Okay, everybody. That's it for Friday. I am going to try and do a Twitch stream, do some GeoGuessr this weekend. I've been failing miserably. Problem is that, like, I sit down and I go, I should do a Twitch stream, but Star Trek. I've been watching a lot of Star Trek recently. So, yeah, I'm going to try and do a Twitch stream this weekend, and I'll see you for that. All right? Cool? Right, monkey? High five? Oh, high five? High five? There you go. See, she's so good at that, isn't she? She's like a toddler. Okay, everyone, have a great day. And I will see you Monday, hopefully popping a bottle of Martinelli's. Wouldn't that be great to pop a bottle of Martinelli's next Monday afternoon? Oh, that'd be spectacular. I can already taste it. Those bubbles. Oh, it's a monkey butt. It's a monkey butt. Oh, it is a little